I know you've probably heard me talk about it or you've heard other people talk about it, but there's sometimes the conversation that comes up about value. And we have spoken many times about how there are some men out there that have absolutely no standards when it comes to choosing women to either date or spend the night with or whatever these men are trying to do. There's absolutely no standard for these men. They will entertain almost any woman that is out there that is willing to be entertained by them. And there are plenty of desperate women out there. And when these two combine, it is a very, very ugly combination.
Because the pain is the truth. The hurt is the truth.
Listen, never for 1 second think that just because somebody's an old big back me, that there ain't at least a couple people out there always trying to fold her like an Auntie Anne soft pretzel.
Oh, no, hang on. Just realised. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
And she is not wrong. She is not wrong. Any normal person will look at this video and say, you know what? And they'll say, good for her, I guess. Good for her. A lot of times women will say that they can get any man or they can get any guy they want or whatever what these women say. And that isn't a flex. That isn't something to brag about. It's always been known that a woman can walk out into the street and go up to a handful of men. And if that woman is moderately attractive, we're not talking model status, just for a large majority of men, of these lonely, desperate men, and in a lot of cases, men that don't have a lot of self-respect, that they don't respect themselves, they don't think too highly of themselves, they will not hesitate to jump on that four and accept anything he's offering. These men have no self-control. This is large in part to a lot of the way these men were brought up. I think it's kind of old school that a lot of men think that women are like these cherished objects. They're these magical beings that are meant to be put up high on a pedestal and treated like queens or treated like princes. No, they're not. They're people just like everyone else. They lie just like everyone else. They cheat just like everyone else. And they call these mistakes. And everyone makes mistakes, right? But don't for 1 second think that when a woman says that, oh, well, you can get any man, she can land any dude. Absolutely. She can make a post on Facebook about, you can put a random post up talking about toenail fungus, and she'll have dudes sliding in her DMs. It's nonstop. And even, I hate to say this, even women like this, which, hey, more power to her. That's definitely, I'm going to have to turn that off. I'm done looking at that person.
Low as fuck. But listen, y'all, I didn't realize how much over-sexualized and how much of a creep I am until I understood that I was 46 years old. Bitch.
Oh, God.
I feel bad for anybody around me when I turn 47, because goddamn, I have the drive of a fucking 15 to 18-year-old boy. Wow. It's an issue. Oh my gosh. But I'm keeping it right there in my house. That way, right there in my little climate, because I can't let it outside. But god damn. Woo. And these little bitty boys. I got little bitty boys, 18. Today there's 21-year-old.
No.
I'm like, baby, my baby is a 20.
No.
Something. What the fuck? But he was muscular. Shot, he was muscular. Oh, he was muscular. I'm gonna stop with this whole fucking summer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the summer. I'm gonna just breathe. Because it's summer and they coming after me, but I'm coming after them.
No, you need to stay as far away from these types of women. Okay. Now look, it is true. And it's kind of known that as women, as they get older and they get in around this age, maybe older, maybe it happens a little bit sooner. Every woman's different, obviously. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this shit, but a woman's drive does increase, is what I've been told. Now, do I have proof? Not really. Just from what I've heard, but this is true. You need to stay away from these women. Stay as far away from these women as you can get. Nothing good can come of this. Now, A lot of times these women, they will make these videos in the front seat of their car because they are embarrassed to be heard talking about whatever they're talking about. We've been over this. Every single front seat video is some sort of embarrassing, or in a lot of cases just outright lying. They're just lying to themselves and whoever they're recording their video for. And this is very scary. This is very alarming to me. I've made a few videos where it talks about women who specifically do this. They specifically go after these younger men because the men their age don't want them because of all the trauma, all the drama. It's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of stuff going on in these women's lives. A lot of times they have multiple kids from multiple dudes. They are trying to balance work. They're trying to balance life. They're trying to balance relationships. You'll never be put first. You're actually going to be put last. You'll be dead last. And you'll be the last person she talks to. And the first person she bothers whenever there's an issue. It's nothing but a liability with women like this. It's nothing but a risk. You post videos like this, her TikTok is completely filled with videos of her being silly or whatever, and oh, look at me, I'm online, I have a personality and whatever. No, it's not. They're all the same, and it all ends the same as well. It all ends in negativity. It all ends in something negative for any man that chooses to involve themselves into a woman's life like this. Stay as far away from these women as possible. And I used to say in the past, and I still say it sometimes, that there are a few times where I will not say this, but sometimes I will say for recreational use, sure, for that one night or whatever. But in this case, absolutely not. Stay as far away from this. Anybody that does this, this is not good at all. And she is talking about these young men that are basically just 20. They just turned 20. What are you talking about? These men are not even old enough to buy alcohol, and you are acting crazy. You're acting crazy. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, Rat Boy, if the men their age aren't going to date them and give them attention, and the younger men will give them attention, but that's not okay, then what are they supposed to do? Well, you know what? That's not my problem. That's not my issue. Why do you have kids and you don't have a man? That's a good question to ask. Why didn't you choose to give a good man that part of you, and that way you two could still be married if you got married? Which a lot of times, a lot of these women haven't even gotten married. There's no marriage. They met this dude behind a dumpster, they did the deed, and then she's pregnant. This is how all this stuff works. And then you look at her past, you look at all of her bad decisions, and you wonder, well, if she's lied about this and she's lied about that, what else is she lying about? And then all of a sudden you wake up, and a week later you have a sword that won't go away. A very scary decision some of these men make. And the thing is they don't know any better. They're not old enough to understand how the world really works. You don't really get to that age until you're maybe 25 or 26, I think. And you really start to grasp how the world works, and how some guys get it before them, but a large majority of guys, it's going to be their mid-20s. And it's not good when these women, these older women that are almost 50, she's in her late 40s, she's almost 50, and she is going after these very vulnerable men in the beginning of their life, pretty much. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. And during Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And that's no joke at all. This should not be something that's tolerated. It actually is celebrated. On TikTok, this is celebrated. Imagine if a 47-year-old man got online and made a video talking about, oh, well, I can't wait until I can something with, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it, but there would be riots would start. It would be insane. It would be insane to do. It would literally be insane. It would be insane to do that. You will be ruined. But let me know what you guys think. That'll be the end of today's video. Comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.